Hello, my name is Martyna Kurek and I am from the ARID Association from Krakow, Poland. Today I will present the sixth module, which is Smart Economy. So the main goal of this module is to introduce the concept of smart economy and to provide deeper knowledge about what it is and how important it is for a city to be smart. So it is all actually connected, very much connected to all the other modules, which we talked about earlier, which were the introduction to smart cities, the smart governance, smart environment, smart transport, and smart life. So here we see how important it is to connect all those and therefore to have smart economy in a city. So what does it mean? And yes, how important it is. The expected learning outcomes of this module are, as I said before, to provide knowledge about the concept of smart economy, about the definition related to this smart economy, and how it is connected to all the other modules. The skills the learner will have after finishing this module are to recognize and interpret the concept of smart economy, to assess the significance of smart economy in their daily lives, and to discuss and share smart economy aspects and terms. Yes, the outcome regarding competences would be that the learner will share afterwards the knowledge he or she obtained in the modules to peers, and in their daily life they will raise awareness relevant to smart economy and its proper management. And also the learner will acquire professional competences to use the knowledge in daily life. In this module, we have many different forms and methods of work. So first of all, it's a lecture with discussion. So you can, after this module, after presenting this this PowerPoint presentation, you can discuss with the students. You can provide them training seminars. It is also useful for self-study to go through the materials in our Moodle platform. Also, like in every other module, we have the interactive activities on the Learning Apps platform and 2 case studies, which I will present later. Okay, economic growth can be only qualitative or focused on issues of income, health, and educational needs. The concept of smart economy brings together, like I said before, many different aspects, many different features and concepts. So here we have the definition of smart economy can be divided in high productivity economy, global economy growth, in competition, in economic progress or prosperity, of course, in innovation and sustainable jobs, and last but not least, digital economy. So we have here various characteristics of smart economy, which is the evolutionary process, the dynamic process, the multi-dimensional concept. It aims at the individuals, and the aspect of choice or decision of the individual. Yes, so here again, smart economy is one way to achieve the status of a smart city. So the goal is to optimize the functions of the city, to promote economic growth, using smart technologies and data analysis and so on. So using all those digital services and applications, like in all the other modules it was shown, you can, like this, you can achieve the status of a smart city. So again, here, to become a smart city, it is important to implement smart solutions in every aspect of the city. So not only regarding economy, but also the government, the economy, the environment, the living, the transport, mobility, and yes, to provide knowledge to the citizens, so they can become smart people. Yes, again here, it is all very much connected. Okay. So smart government, to summarize what was said in the module of smart government, it is very important to connect and interact between the government and the citizens. So it is kind of giving and taking, but from both sides. So this is very important. We have a few components of the smart government. So first, the government has to engage, has to commit, has to communicate and respond to the needs of the citizens in all the different stages. And on the other side, the citizen participation is very important. So the citizens can help a lot. They can be very useful, suggesting to the government what would be better, what would be helpful, what is needed. And of course, the third component is the use of technology, which was in detail described in other modules, of course. So using ICTs, using modern technologies, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and so on. Yes, so what are the 5 requirements of the smart government? First one is the simple one, to have user-friendly governance through simplification of rules and regulations of the government with the application of ICT. The second stage is moral. So it is designing a government system based on moral values to uphold the spirit of good and efficient governance. The third step is to be accountable. Development of effective information management systems to ensure the accountability of public service functionaries. The government has to be responsive, making the system more responsive by streaming them efficiently for more convenience. And the government has to be transparent. So clear and transparent government processes through the use of public domain websites and portals. Smart economy, like I said, it describes all the actions to transform and strengthen the municipality's economy. So it is connected, of course, to the climate, to the city's attractiveness for startups, for investors, businesses, and so on. So it all has influence on a city, whether it's smart or not. There are 6 characteristics of a smart economy. So it is important for a smart city to have an economic image and trademark, to be attractive for entrepreneurs, to implement innovative technologies, to have international embeddings, the ability to transform, and the smart city has to be flexible. It has to have a flexible labor market. So very important is this sentence that the success of a smart city relies on the relationship between the public and private sectors, as much of the work to create and maintain a data-driven environment falls outside the local government remit. For example, smart surveillance cameras may need input and technology from several companies. A very important aspect of a smart city, and of course also smart economy, is the smart environment. So here we see how the government manages the built and natural environment to improve liability for citizens and visitors. So here, as we said in the previous modules, smart environment is important regarding the reduction of waste, managing the pollution problem, reducing emission, to manage water, achieving energy efficiency, and accelerating the local energy transition. So here, as the effect of smart environment, we have an attractive natural environment. We have no pollution anymore. We have sustainable resource management, and we protect the environment. Another aspect of smart cities and smart economy is very much connected to smart living. So here we have some examples of technologies that can be used in daily life by private people in their homes. So we have those smart vacuum cleaners, smart buildings, smart home, smart governance, smart things, smart medicine, and smart life for smarter regions. Again, here, the characteristics of this aspect is very much connected to the cultural facilities, to educational facilities, for tourist attractions, very important also health condition, housing equality, and social cohesion. The next chapter in the Startup for Development project was the smart transport, or in other words, smart mobility. So we have again this concept of environmentally friendly technologies to use and implement electric vehicles, hydrogen-powered vehicles, autonomous vehicles, bike sharing, carpooling, and so on. So we have different possibilities here. Again, smart mobility is all about sustainability and innovative transport systems, availability of ICT infrastructure, safe transport, of course, local accessibility, and international accessibility. In the end, when we have all those implementations of the technologies in all those aspects, the aim is to transform citizens into smart people. So those are people who think ahead. They are educated. They think about choosing their career wisely, and to influence also the environment and the economy of the city, and therefore make the city smarter. So here we have the characteristics of smart people, which is open-mindedness. Smart people are cosmopolitan, social and ethnic plurality is also an issue. Very important is also the democracy and the participation in public life, the level of qualification, creativity, flexibility, and affinity of long life learning. And then we have 2 case studies which show examples of smart cities, of implementation of all those aspects. So here we have as an example the Spanish city Valladolid, which signed a commitment, a declaration to introduce circular models within its infrastructure, economy, and social frame. Okay, so here we have some examples of the implementation of the smart city concept. So we have 3 projects which have been implemented in the city of Valladolid. So one Inolid project, which was dedicated to the economic, climatic, demographic, and environmental and social challenges through operational, practical, and intelligent urban planning, but also addresses opening spaces and improving communications and interrelationships. The second one was the Urban Green Up project, which was focused on nature-based solutions in transforming spaces by changing facades, applying green roofs, building mobile gardens, and so on. The third project was entitled In Life. So here the aim was to promote sustainable education. This works through a gamification platform in 2 games, with 2 games, one of which is dedicated to children with autism and mitigating social inclusion. Okay, so the 5 steps to achieve the status of a smart city is to set the vision. What do we want to achieve? Then to bring in integration to improve overall city efficiency. Then to combine hardware and software solutions to improve the efficiency of urban operating systems, which was shown in the other modules in more detail. 4th step is to add innovation and to make a holistic, sustainable future and reality. And last step is to drive collaboration between best-in-class global and local players. The second case study, the second example, is the city of Amsterdam in Holland, in the Netherlands, which was launched in 2009. And it's a good example of an initiative organized and financed by a mix of public and private funds in the organizational structure of the program, the public administration is a partner in governance and operation. Yes. So here the goal of the implementation of the Smart City program was to have energy and use efficiency, use of renewable energy, smart grids, and recharging facilities for electric vehicles. Those are all just some of the elements that have been composed in Amsterdam to achieve this goal. So from my side, this is all. Thank you very much. If you have any questions or comments, the contact data is available on the website of the project Startup for Development, or also in the materials. Thank you very much.